Members of the head table, United National Congress, good evening to our political leader and the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Good evening. I like when I see my UNC soldiers, I get energy. But let me tell my Honorable Member of Parliament for Couva South something. No PNM has no conscience. Once there's a PNM and you reach Balize House, they just surgically remove two things, conscience and shame. The PNM have this country upside down. I want all you to understand and help me understand. You have Rowley and Mama Pool Bully who are afraid to call an election in your own party, but they say Kamla weak. Kamla call election, take on anybody and everybody every time and bust their throat. And she stands strong. Rowley running to hide. Can't call election, can't call convention. And they're balling Kamla weak. Rowley weak, this country upside down. This country, you're supposed to be intelligent, the best, brightest. You become a surgeon, a chemical engineer. You study hard, you become a professor, a PhD, and then you move on to a leadership position. That is how life should be. In this country, the PNM does promote dance, put them in charge, advertise that they dance, then say, boy, oh God, them really dance. Fitzgerald, Ethelbert, Narcolepsy, Sleepy, Sativa, Wooden Ladder, Hines, boasting that he failed common entrance. He boasting that he takes 6 subjects and pass 1. He boasting that he's a dunce and continues to put our lives at risk. I tell you, the PNM upside down. If you dunce, hush. The next one, Camille, she take off the wig and then come through, jump out she mouth. Just so she say, let me tell all the truth. I never passed maths. I said, what she said there? She said, well, let me really tell all the truth. I didn't even take the exam. So how she's a lawyer? Because to move on, to matriculate, you had to have maths and English. But she is a minister of housing. That's why I know house bill. And the one that bill had to break down because she can't add. Because the PNM have the country upside down. Rowley is the biggest failure on God green earth. Rowley take 400 days of holiday. Rowley don't have a cabinet meeting past 2 hours. Rowley always on a golf course trying to swing a club, and the club that swing that man ain't good a little bit. And yet Rowley tell you, the citizens of the country, who's supposed to vote for the Prime Minister. So in essence, the people are the bosses who select you to lead. Rowley telling the bosses, all you is to get nothing. Whether you is a teacher, nurse, policeman, fireman, port worker, laborer, whatever you is, nothing for you. But me, I, Rowley, who am the worst in history, the worst PNM Prime Minister, the worst Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the worst Prime Minister of any Caribbean nation in history. He said, oh, study that, I deserve pay, and I go pay myself. The place upside down. When this election call, anybody you see walking on the head, them going and vote PNM. Because nobody who walking on the 2 foot, chewing food with a mouth instead of the K-Pax could ever dip their finger for PNM. PNM have this country upside down. I didn't know what I wanted to come to talk to all today, no? But since we are on upside down, let me get serious now. How many issues I could tell you now? I eating double study at PNM man tell me, all your UNC, all your really perform, you know, but all your thief. I say, boss, thieving in your face for thief and calling somebody else thief, and you vote for thief. You come to humbug me, give me more pepper, the doubles man. Because the place upside down. But I'm going to tell you all one story. And understand this. And listen very carefully. Because anybody listening on the social media, TV, radio, or right here in the audience, who could literally take the finger and put it upside down to vote PNM, something had to be wrong with you. Let me tell you how upside down this PNM is. We had divers suffering in a pipe for 39 hours. Put there by the PNM. Up to now, they ain't answer why they were recommissioning that pipe that was not used when the UNC had bust the mark that Rowley, Smallpin, and Paria was playing games with Wilmer Ruperti, Trafigura, Delcy Rodriguez, and PDVSA while sanctions. Trump coming, we go get the truth. Marco Rubio coming, we go get the truth. Elon Musk coming, we go get the truth. And when we bust the mark that Venezuelan oil was coming in here, going to Point-a-Pierre and going back to Venezuela, they switch off transponder, but the Aldan, we know it went to Palo Alto, Venezuela. When I asked Franklin Can, how many barrels of oil, of fuel came to Trinidad and went back out in that month of April when Kamla Prasad Bisesa bust that mark? It was 148,000 barrels of fuel, we thought. Franklin Can admitted at that point it was 1.2 million barrels of fuel at approximately 85 US per barrel going into there and to Venezuela. Understand how corrupt the PNM is. But when that gets spread, they had to find a next way to get the oil in and out secretively. And all of a sudden we know man gone in a pipe to clean out, dig out, and refresh and recommission a pipe that was defunct. You see, you have to analyze. Those lawyers who are sitting here will know. When somebody does something wrong, you have to find out why they did it. It's called the mens rea. For you to be guilty, you have to have a motivation, a motive to do the crime. So when you think a normal human being, if they are inside here, 180 people, outside another 90 people, and 3,000 listening at home. Each and every one of us, if we had proof of life, we know a man come out a pipe, and they have other men down there. Every single one of us would make every effort to go and get them in. Yes or no? Every single one. So why the PNM didn't? Because they have no conscience. They extricate the conscience that it is not a joke I'm making. They have no heart. They have no conscience. They upside down. To leave man. Just in India, you all would have seen a cave fall down. Millions of tons of rocks fall down on some miners. And the Indian government bringing everything, army thing, blow up thing. They don't know if the men dead, if they crush, if they're alive. But they put man life, they drill and they went down, they send down food, they send down water. And 38 days later, they find the men and save 85 lives. Hey, it was the PNM knew. Understand this. The PNM knew that there are men alive down there in a pipe. A man come out and say, my boys and them right there. I hear them bawling, you hear them tapping, and you leave them there to die slowly, 39 hours suffocating. Let me tell you how it upside down. Because that disgusting, heartless PNM want to offer the families $100,000. That is 2,500 TT per hour of suffocation. Every hour that they suffered, one with a break leg, one mash up, one begging to hope to see children, And they suffer and they breathe and they're waiting for somebody to come. They say, we right here, people must come. Country, somebody must come. People love we are good people, somebody must come. 1 hour gone. The PNM say that hour is 2,500. And the next hour come, and they're suffering and they're wondering where all you. And hour by hour, they're getting less and less oxygen, closer to death, wondering why the people of Trinidad and Tobago forsake them under there, dying slowly. While the PNM gallery and play games with Rowley's Inez Gate friends. But let me tell you how upside down this is. In order to fight against the families of those that lost loved ones, the PNM pay Rowley golfing partner, Rowley Senior Counsel, Gilbert Peterson, $8.9 million to defend his own friend, Newman George, who Rowley put in pariah when Rowley shut down Petrotrain because Rowley's friend, who does dance bareback, had to gallery and get away. Rowley, friend, Inez Gate neighbor, Gilbert Peterson, $8.9 million in legal fees. Not to support the people, not to support the families, not to support the widows, not to support the children left without the breadwinner. $8.9 million for Rowley scotch drinking, shrimp eating, golfing partner whose golf game sucks just as bad as Rowley. Gilbert Peterson. Because this country upside down. And PNM like to call people thief. PNM thieving before PNM was PNM. The DNA of PNM is thieving. The PNM is thief in your face and say, look at Bali's house, how great it is. A whole thief house. But this country upside down. Because in Inez Gate, which is a development in Tobago, built by Warner Construction. Warner Construction is Rowley, well they say friend and business partner, but it's really family. Eh? Rowley connected to Warner cousin. That cousin. Shampaku Joe is a Warner. That Rowley cousin. Don't get that by the half Tobagonian and let's get the Zeppo from right down inside. And in Inez Gate, here who living in Inez Gate, to show you how this country upside down. While councillors can't get dieseline, while your car get money to clean out drain, your car cut recreation ground, your car get picture to fix road, your car get releases, they cut in your budget. If you ask for 80 million, they tell you you're getting 30, but they only release 12. That is what they do, citizens. But here who living in Inez Gate? Rowley and his wife. Newman George and the blue hair lady speaker of the house. Gilbert Peterson Senior Counsel who get $9 million to defend Paria, who is Newman George, who is a neighbor in Inez Gate, and get a bunkering contract. All you know what is bunkering? That is something them oil people that do, you get collect oil. What a senior counsel lawyer who study and went you wouldn't know about bunkering. You know many citizens who are experts in oil and gas, chemical engineering, apply for bunkering license and never get it. Gilbert Peterson just so get it. This country upside down. And right next door to Gilbert Peterson, you know who is there? A lady called Ingrid Lashley. She is on the chairperson of 9 PNM boards, controlling over $1 billion of your assets next door to Rowley. You know who else next door right there? In just 1 square kilometer? Alvin Hilaire, the central bank governor who was given that work when they fired Jawala Rambaran, who they have to pay money for wrongful termination and denial of opportunities. Right there in Inez Gate. That is what has happened to our country. A web of corrupt individuals controlling every dollar so they could tell themselves, we go take the pay, all is to get nothing. But you know the funny thing? Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, not all you here. And not all you who care about your family and think before you vote. But some people vote for that. They vote to get nothing. They vote that what Kamala give them, Rowley take it. And then they vote after Rowley take everything from them for Rowley to give himself more on top of control everything. Please help me understand that, because I might have to start to walk on my head to make sense of this country. There is one way to start to make sense of it, and that is to remember and realize that a vote is not a football game. I just support Manchester United since 1977. For the last 12 years, we play nonsense. Yesterday, we get licked 2-0 from Arsenal. I just get vexed for 5 minutes, but that don't impact my life. It don't impact my child laptop. It don't impact the fuel that I had to pay to put in my car. It don't impact that when I had to duck bullet down in the mall. It don't have an impact or an effect on my life. Election is not a sporting event. Election is not red versus yellow or blue and yellow versus red and rah, rah, rah. That's not election. Because when you vote, it impacts your life. And when you vote and you think you vote for the upside down PNM, and Rowley is telling you the economy is shattered. You can't get foreign exchange. Children cannot get job. A girl with 18 ones working in a bar serving rum and soda. The country in a total mess. The energy sector decimated. We are energy producers originally. We are now leeches on the world because of Rowley and the PNM. He has taken the essence of who we are and sold it and flitted it away. But Rowley is telling you, when you go to the hospital and have to wait 14 hours to see a doctor and the nurses cost you 3 times. When you have to sit down on a chair that have pigeon feces on it and rat run over your foot in a hospital. When you can't get medicine and you have to get chemo and they cannot even mix the chemo. When there are no oncology drugs. When the health sector is in total shambles. 28 babies die in a NICU because they give a contract to somebody who didn't even know how to clean. But your mother has teach you how to clean from the time you're a baby. One thing we know, because all our parents could cook, is how to clean and keep things nice and clean and germ-free. PNM cannot even keep a place clean. The education sector in shambles. They build 4 schools, Tim Gopising build 106. Gate, they cut the gate, children cannot get money to study. Nothing working. But you know what Rowley says? Nothing is working. Economy shattered. Energy sector bad. Education bad. Sport waste of time. Culture nothing. Crime, Lord help we. But hear what? I put in back all the same people for all you to vote for. The country upside down. The PNM is giving you the same exact candidates, 88%. They make one change. Hines. All right, we know Hines dance. We know he failed combinations. We know he dotes. We know he had no brain. We know he buy wooden ladder for $1 million. We know he ain't good. We know. But you go blame Hines for Gadsby Dolly. You go blame Hines for Coleman Butt. You go blame Hines for Rohan Potol. You go blame Hines for Arawi not doing nothing in local government except taking growth hormone and pumping up to look like he's strong. You can't blame one man for that. You know who we are to blame? All of us citizens. We. Yes, you might look at yourself and say, but not me, I don't vote there. Let me tell you why you to blame too. Because you have to get out there and convince your neighbor, convince your cousin, convince your young people who feel election is not important. Because that's what they do. They make you feel that everything is the same. They go tell you UNC perform good, but them UNC thief. Really? Nobody could thief like PNM. PNM does thief and nothing works. When UNC in government, you see Cuba Hospital, you see campus building, You see MIC centers, David Lee built 12. You see NESC centers. You see aquatic center, cycling velodrome, National Tennis Center, 89 grounds. You see 106 schools. You see smooth road, 74% of the population getting water. You see action. You see book grant. You see grant. You see increase in pension for you, the people. So as long, and laptop could go on and on, but when you vote for you must vote for UNC. Let me repeat, when you vote for you, when you go home, watch yourself in the mirror and say, I'm going to vote for me. And once you're voting for you must vote UNC. Anything other than that, you're not making sense. Because when you vote UNC, your money has more value. When you vote UNC, you have more jobs. When you vote UNC, you have water supply. When you vote UNC, you have a safer nation. When you vote UNC, you have opportunity for young people. When you vote UNC, the border will be protected. When you vote UNC, the energy sector will boom. When you vote UNC, agriculture will get a lift and we will start to eat what we grow. So once you vote for you must vote UNC. To vote PNM means you're upside down. So ladies and gentlemen, get ready. The election is coming. And one thing I tell you, the PNM know how to do better than thief money. It's thief election. So all you need to get out there and work, collect the data, make sure, keep vigilant, watch them, go in the polling station, check them, because they have PNM everywhere. And PNM have no conscience. We will not let them steal the election. We will blow them out by a massive margin. We will have international observers. Why Rowley don't want international observers? Only because he planned a thief election. So ladies and gentlemen, join together, band together, converse together, talk when you go in the pharmacy, when you go in the grocery, when you walk down the road, talk and pull out the people. Pull out the people in East-West Corridor, down in South, San Fernando West, La Oqueta, Tunapuna, St. Joseph, Sawa Bataria, Chaguanas East, Tangri Grande, Maruga, Tableland. Pull them out. You have family all over. Call them, WhatsApp them, make sure. And tell them, vote for you, which means vote UNC. Thank you very much. God bless.